November 4th, 2025, Russia-Ukraine War, Pokrovsk Axis. Ukraine's 79th Air Assault Brigade executed an operation that is impossible not to admire. They first detected that Russian units had deployed in a house disguised as a civilian structure. And of course, they immediately took action. The brigade's soldiers approached the ruins silently using a tactical approach maneuver from the outside. The team threw a TM-62M mine inside the ruined house and quickly moved away. The ruin was destroyed, completely demolished, and the Russian soldiers inside were neutralized. However, it didn't end there. The same assaults were carried out against a few more ruins where Russian soldiers were sheltering in the nearby vicinity. Since this mine carries an explosive charge of nearly 7 kilograms, the position used by the Russian forces was completely neutralized within seconds. Ukrainian UAV operators struck a Russian anti-aircraft missile system detected on the front line with a pinpoint hit. This new Russian Buk M3 system was disabled in the forested area. Ukraine's kamikaze UAV locked onto the target with low-altitude maneuvers and high accuracy. The market value of the struck system was reported to be approximately $45 million. This created a serious gap in the enemy's air defense capacity. And now we will analyze one of the largest mechanized raids of the war in recent weeks, which took place on October 27th in the Dobropillya region. Russia aimed to break the Shakov and Volodymyrivka lines by advancing a heavy assault force consisting of a total of 29 armored units. They attempted to exploit bad weather conditions and planned to breach the Ukrainian front with reinforced groups of 4 to 5 vehicles. Do you think that advancing with such slow-moving, heavy armored vehicles can still achieve anything against Ukrainian drones? However, the Ukrainian soldiers were ready for them. Things on the ground did not go as Russia had planned. Ukrainian units protected the area from the enemy with advanced engineering barriers, effective mine lines, and artillery support they had been preparing for weeks, along with FPV drones. Reconnaissance UAVs quickly detected the Russian convoys with low-altitude flights. Then howitzer batteries, MLRS systems, and FPV drone teams began to attack with cold precision, and the enemy was completely stopped. In the 6-hour intense clash, 2 tanks, 12 armored personnel carriers, and an additional 1 APC belonging to the Russians were destroyed. A total of 15 armored vehicles were disabled. October 26, 2025. This time in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Ukrainian kamikaze drones attacked Russian logistical support. Ukrainian soldiers struck the enemy by launching successive attacks on their vehicles in the region. This strategy was not just about destroying vehicles. It also dealt a blow to the enemy's morale. Consequently, Russian forces in the area were weakened. Those who watch this video can share their thoughts with us. And even better, by subscribing to the channel, you can be the first to watch the latest developments in the Ukraine-Russia situation. On the morning of October 25th, tensions rose once again on the Ukrainian front line. Following reconnaissance missions carried out in the region, Ukrainian UAV operators first destroyed a Russian tank and then an armored vehicle advancing in open terrain with sharp drone strikes. They then seized another critical opportunity by detecting a Russian S-400 launcher system. A reconnaissance UAV equipped with modern sensors marked the target area second by second. A few minutes later, an FPV kamikaze drone appeared on the scene and successfully disabled the launcher with a direct hit, dropping 2 separate munitions. The smoke that followed the explosion confirmed that all of the system's electronic equipment had been completely neutralized. Subsequently, a Russian soldier on a motorcycle was disabled, and several more Russian military vehicles could not escape the kamikaze drones. These images once again demonstrated how the combination of technology and human intelligence yields overwhelming results on the battlefield. On October 25th, Ukraine's 38th Marine Brigade faced a new Russian assault on their frontline defensive positions. But of course, the drone operators immediately began their counterattacks against the enemy. An armored personnel carrier approaching the operation area was quickly caught by the optical systems of reconnaissance UAVs. Once the target's direction, speed, and approach angle were clear, the FPV kamikaze UAV team took the stage. The first FPV drone approached at a low altitude and delivered a precision strike that initially disabled the target. The enemy vehicle was hit and destroyed with successive strikes, but it kept moving, veering off the road. A few more strikes were then executed to render the Russian armored vehicle completely unusable. Subsequently, a Russian assault unit soldier who was trying to escape and evade was also targeted and neutralized with a swift attack. On the morning of October 27, 2025, the southwestern Kostiantynivka line entered a new phase of intensified clashes. Ukraine's 93rd Kholodny Yar Brigade successfully halted a heavy mechanized Russian push by noticeably increasing its activities in its area of responsibility. As always, reconnaissance UAVs scanned the area and confirmed the size of the approaching convoy. A mechanized group of approximately 30 vehicles consisting of tanks, armored personnel carriers, and infantry fighting vehicles was detected. Subsequently, fpvdrone teams were brought in and targeted the most critical linkage points of the mechanized group. The first FPV struck the tank at the front of the convoy with impeccable timing. The second and third vehicles were completely disabled within minutes by the relentless precision of the incoming kamikaze UAV. Black smoke rising from the engine compartments caused the Russian units to lose direction and the positions to descend into complete chaos. This operation once again proved how fpv drones and reconnaissance UAV create destructive efficiency in modern conflicts. October 30th, 2025. Ukrainian kamikaze drones are once again at work, destroying enemy equipment. Ukraine's FPV kamikaze teams launched a simultaneous operation against an extensive target list, spanning Russia's communication lines, transportation routes, and deep defense zones. This operation served as an example for everyone, demonstrating how different elements are integrated with flawless coordination. First, reconnaissance APCs meticulously marked the invading forces' armored vehicles on the roadside, hidden storage and supply points, and even electronic warfare systems attempting to hide in the deep rear. Following this, the cold-blooded calculations of the Ukrainian operators quickly led to the complete neutralization of this electronic network. The kamikaze UF-5 was directed with perfect timing towards an armored personnel carrier, delivering a sudden strike. As the explosive payload reached the target, the vehicle was disabled, disrupting the direction of the advancing elements. Following this, a second wave of fpv targeted other armored vehicles in the target area. The suddenly rising smoke created an effect of panic and chaos among the Russian troops. In the morning of October 24, 2025, Ukraine's reconnaissance UAV teams detected something hidden behind the silence. As you will see shortly, a Russian armored vehicle was camouflaged and concealed in a ruin. Ukrainian operators spotted this Russian vehicle while scanning the area with a reconnaissance UAV equipped with high-resolution optical sensors, and the rest was predictable. And you, our valued viewers, don't miss out on more breaking developments and analyses concerning the Ukraine-Russia conflict, just like this video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Don't forget to like the video.